This is the login screen for Blood Trace. In this particular example, we're going to be looking in at a live feed, which is a pilot that we're running with the HSE in Ireland. The HSE is the Health Service Executive. As we log in, we're presented with a screen which allows us to add an asset, if that's what we so choose, and gives us a list of the requirements for adding that asset. On the far side of the screen, we get a list of options which allow us to look at the data or the assets that are currently in the database, and indeed to have a look at each of the assets individually at the profile of each one. So we start by looking at the view asset movements. This is a live feed, so the screen will refresh itself as it does in reality every 30 to 60 seconds. We see the status of each of the objects or the assets that are in there. In this case, they're all platelets for transfused platelets. We can see that they are wasted, in stock, in transit, used. There's that refresh after happening there, so my apologies on that. Delivered, and for collection. So we want to look at any one of these. We can do so by clicking on the view option. And here we can see in this particular case that this platelet bag was signed for by the driver at the collection point at 1:49 on the 12th of September. It was then put into the van within 60 seconds of receiving its signature. We can go down and have a look at maybe one of the used bags. This particular one shows that is looking at a bag that has moved from the dispatch area in Dublin to the Cavan Hospital in the north of Ireland. The driver received a signature at 1:56. It went into the van just about 15 minutes later at 2:08. It then arrived in the Cavan Hospital at 2:34 and then moved into the storage room at 2:38. And then at 5:01 that afternoon, it moved out of the storage room for usage. We can have a look at another use status now, which is one that is in the Mater Hospital. This is an interesting one because this one was moved to the Cavan Hospital initially, and we can see that the signatures and the times are noted. And then, so that's on the September the 8th. The following day, however, this particular bag was moved from the Cavan Hospital and moved back into a Dublin hospital. And we can see that that happened on the September the 9th. On September the 9th at 5:10, this particular bag moved out of the storeroom in the hospital into the, it was moved out for usage, beg your pardon. Again, we can have a look at some more details. Let's have a look at this one. This has been delivered to the Mater Hospital directly. So we can see again that the signature has been received, went into the van, and moved into the Mater Hospital. The signature received again, and then placed in storage. So we can have a look pretty much at any detail around the asset, its movements, its time, who held it, who moved it, and we can build up a full profile of that asset. So the alerts, for example, will show us that each of these bags is still in stock. Now, this is particularly interesting when you know what you're looking for here, because each platelet bag has 7 days. And we can see here that each of these bags is on its 6th day. In other words, it's got one more day of useful life. That will turn red at 12 o'clock tonight and will send alerts out to everybody who should know about these bags in order to try and get them used and to avoid them going to waste. We can look at a list of all the bags that have been used in the system so far. And we can have a look at all the bags that have gone to waste in the system so far. So these are the operational screens, and these screens um, are the data collection points and the points which allow us to get a picture of what's going on. But from a management perspective, really the reporting area is what uh, is where the value and the strength and the power of this starts to come to bear. We can go in here and have a look at all the reports that are being generated. And across here you will see that the reports for this particular pilot have been detailed around having a look at a full view of all that's in the database, breaking it down into a full usage analysis, full waste analysis, full delivery analysis, and a full transfer analysis. So for example, if we look in here to have see what the waste is in the system, we will see that currently there have been in September 3 bags wasted in Cavan, 4 bags wasted in the Mater Hospital, and 8 bags wasted in the National Blood Centre. We can have this in a graph form, and this in turn will build up a profile over the months per hospital and against the quantity of waste. We can have a look at the usage analysis, which for the Cavan Hospital and the Mater Hospital going back over the last 3 months, we will see that our pilot shows that we have 7 in total in the Cavan Hospital over those 3 months and 16 in September in the Mater Hospital. We can have a look at the delivery analysis, and this gives us a total delivery time, the average delivery time, the total number of deliveries per hospital and per location within the hospital if that's what we want. So you can see here that the general hospital in Cavan has received 21 deliveries, and the Cavan storage room received 1 directly. If we look at the transfer analysis, we can see that these are the number of bags that have been transferred to the Mater Hospital in September. The full view of the system allows us to see everything that's in there at the moment. So we can see that type A bloods or blood platelets are in there at a quantity of 9. We can see those broken down. So we know that in the system at this moment there are these bags are in these started here. They're currently in this location, and the current status is as displayed there. So we can see per item everything that's in this system, and we can report on each of these collectively or individually. That pretty much shows it's pretty much a summary of what we're doing on this particular pilot. And in our view, an asset is an asset. So whether that is a bubbler, whether that is a library book, or whether that is a bag of blood, it's an asset and we can track it and we can report on it. Thank you.